Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the On Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of On Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Hello, this is John Frenaye. It is Monday, October 2nd, 2017. We all woke up to some horrifying news this morning as a gunman opened fire on a crowded concert in Las Vegas overnight, killing 50 people and injuring more than 400, making it the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. The suspect reportedly killed himself as police were storming his room in the hotel, which was the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. The incident started during a set by country singer Jason Aldean right outside of the Mandalay Bay Resort Hotel and Casino. A motorcyclist was killed and another person transported to an area hospital last night after an accident along West Street. The accident happened at about 10:45 p.m. in front of the Annapolis Exxon, which is also in front of the Pep Boys. A motorcyclist was pronounced dead on the scene, and the driver of the Toyota SUV was taken to the hospital. The extent of the driver's injuries and the cause of the accident is still not known. Stay tuned. We will update that. In an op-ed to the Capitol newspaper, State Senator John Astle thanked his supporters for his recent run in his mayoral candidate and threw his support behind Gavin Buckley, who is the Democratic nominee for mayor of the city of Annapolis. The senator said Gavin has dared to dream that a local restaurateur and bar owner and a naturalized citizen could help transform a failing West Street into a thriving center of arts, food, events, and inspiration for what our downtown and waterfront area could be. He has now dared to dream that his brand of leadership could bring our community together to address the, quote, 2 cities, unquote, that many of us think should be one. He represents hope that our marginalized communities will no longer be the last in line, and he is our best chance at brokering a real conversation within the city council and the community about that much needed change. Being the state capital, it is never long between protests in Annapolis, and Sunday was no exception. A group of about 80 people led by Eve Hurwitz, a Democratic candidate for the Maryland Senate District 33 seat, led a march for racial justice. Protesters gathered around Thurgood Marshall's monument at Lawyers Mall and marched down Main Street, ending at the Kunta Kinte Alex Haley Memorial. The march was also a tribute to the Fannie Lou Hamer Civil Rights Awards, which were going on at St. John's College shortly after. Speakers discussed the disappointment and how the NFL has been handling the kneeling football players, disdain for the name of the Washington Redskins, and in general the racial injustice that's seen in this country. Finally, activist Carl Snowden called for the protesters to attend the trial of 2 19-year-olds who have been charged with hanging a noose outside of a light fixture outside of Crofton Middle School. The trial is October 19th, and they have been charged with a hate crime. Hey, I love talking about local businesses, and check out the Capital Gazette. You can go there to capitalgazette.com. And E.B. Ferguson had a great article on 3 local bookstores that are keeping books alive. You've got the Annapolis Bookstore on Maryland Avenue. You've got the Old Fox Books and Coffee House on Maryland Avenue and Back Creek Books on Main Street. While all very similar, they're all very different. They've got a different attitude, and they're all very cool stores. Go visit the stores. Check out the article. It's very interesting. It's very good. It's called 3 Little Bookstores Help to Keep Books Alive, and it's by E.B. Ferguson from the Capital newspaper.
This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George from DMV Weather. Here's the Monday forecast. Following a weekend of very nice fall-like weather across Annapolis and Anne Arundel County, we will have an entire week of normal to above average temps across the area, as each day will bring tons of sun, fairly light winds, and very little to any chance of rain. For today specifically, we posted a target high temp on our website of 71 degrees for Annapolis and 72 for BWI. So let's see how that works out at the end of the day against the actuals. We ended up 91.5% accurate for the month of September, and are just over 94% accurate since launching our 4-degree forecast tool in late May. Outside of the region, the tropics have quieted down for now, so we should expect a very predictable and comfortable week ahead weather-wise with few, if any, surprises from the skies above. Okay, that's it for us today. Be sure to download our free app by searching for DCMDVA Weather in your app store, and also be sure to follow us 24/7, 365 on our website at dmvweather.com or on social media via Twitter or Facebook. This is George Young of DMV Weather with your Annapolis forecast. Make it a great week, and remember, whatever the weather out there, have fun and be safe.
The Eye on Annapolis Daily is possible in part because of the support of Ram's Head On Stage. Ram's Head, where every seat is less than 48 feet from the stage, brings more than 400 concerts a year to the area. To wet your whistle, check out some of these upcoming shows. Coming up this weekend, Crack the Sky on Friday and Saturday. The Laughs and Drafts comedy series continues with Quinn Doll on Sunday the 8th. Get your laugh on before a new week. Always recommended. Ricky Lee Jones, yes, Chucky's in Love on the 18th. 10,000 Maniacs on the 22nd, and just announced over at Maryland Hall on November 30th, Melissa Etheridge will bring her Merry Christmas Baby holiday show. Tickets are still available for all of these shows, and you can get yours at ramsheadonstage.com, or if you want to go old school, head to their box office. Ram's Head is located in the heart of beautiful downtown Annapolis at 33 West Street. For a guaranteed great night out on the town, ramsheadonstage.com.
If you're looking for local sports, it's right here, right now on the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief.
In NFL news, the Ravens were dominated by the Steelers yesterday at home, losing 26-9. Quarterback Joe Flacco threw 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter while the team tried to mount a comeback. Didn't work out too well for Joe and the team. Prior to the start of the game, it was the fans who made headlines. Players took to the field and kneeled in prayer before the national anthem, which drew boos from the crowd, as the team did stand in unison for the national anthem. The fans were seemingly still reacting to protests from both teams last week during the national anthem as players responded to comments from President Donald Trump. The Washington Redskins take on the Kansas City Chiefs at 8:30 tonight, and you can catch that on ESPN. Navy football always seems to eke out a win, and this weekend was no exception as they took on Tulsa at Tulsa. The final score was 31-21. However, they overcame a disastrous start with a very strong final 3 quarters of the game. And in high school football, Meade on top of Annapolis, 42-8. Chesapeake over Lansdowne, 41-0. Broadneck over Northeast, 42-21. South River eked out a win over Severna Park. Go Hawks, 28-21. Old Mill 49, North County 26. Easton 8 over Southern 7. And Arundel 47 over Glen Burnie 21.
They say opinions are like, here we are with a dose of opinion for you.
I'm thinking of the 50 dead and more than 200 injured in Las Vegas this morning. We woke up this morning to yet another shooting that happened overnight at a country western music festival on the Strip outside of Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. I've stayed at Mandalay Bay many times, so this hits somewhat home. But then again, so do the incidents in London, Paris, Orlando, and Barcelona. So many questions about why someone would do this, but it is deranged, no matter whether it's for political or emotional reasons. Of course, the obvious question is how someone who is so clearly disturbed like this can get an automatic weapon. And wasn't there someone out there who could have helped this person make a very different decision? Whether it's Las Vegas, or Barcelona, or Paris, or London, or Orlando. It seems that these things often happen in places where people are enjoying life, going on vacation, celebrating art and culture. How can these incidents be stopped? I don't have an answer. I don't think you do, but it's something that we all need to think about. And that's what I've been thinking today.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at noon. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.